Not, bro. Wow.
Welcome back to Carnival City. It is the SunBet Poker Tour, and we are here in Johannesburg for another series of really fun poker. Yesterday was one of the fun days with players of all shapes and sizes, young and old, new and experienced, coming down to take part in the free roll. After the late registration period, the prize pool amassed to over 60,000 Rand, with over 67 entries coming down to take part in this really fun event. Today in the poker room, the action continues. We have got the 3K freeze out 2 on the schedule that is set for 1 o'clock today. And then, of course, tonight, high stakes poker at its finest, the high roller, takes place here at Carnival City. Satellites, of course, continue in the poker room, giving you plenty of opportunity to qualify for the high roller as well as the main event. After a very long evening of poker, the final table sat down to play, and eventually Guppy Lingenfelder walks away with the trophy. And after last night's really fun event, today we get down to some serious poker. Catch all of the action right here on the live stream with the SunBet Poker Tour.
Hello and welcome back to the SunBet Poker Tour. It is great to have you all here, as today we are streaming the 3K freeze out. It's a 3,000 Rand entry, and of course no rebuys or add-ons. So we do have around, I'd say, like 2 or 3 hours left of registration. But remember, if you do get knocked out, you cannot make that rebuy, as it is a freeze out tournament. And Jays, just to recap, yesterday we did Wi-Fi went down, I believe, when we were down to 4 players
Yep.
or 5 players. If you just
Yep.
want to recap everyone who missed out on that, who was watching.
Yeah, so we did see Guppy taking home the free roll last night. Sorry about the stream. It was a really, really good poker tournament. You know, the free roll had a really good formation and kind of vibe around it. So yeah, we also did show you some of the highlights in the reel from the free roll, and we saw the final table. But yeah, guys, just panning more around to the freeze out. That is a 3K buy-in with a 30,000 chip value starting stack. Registration does end in about 4.5 hours. But if you guys do remember, Guppy did take that one home. Very cool.
Guppy was quite excited.
Yeah,
it's a bit unfortunate the stream missed out on that. That was quite funny when he did take home the win.
Yeah.
And very glad to see him take that win.
Yeah, he did. We did see him last night. He was very happy. Yeah, you know, it's just been a really
I
good
think
ride.
that free roll was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really fast. Of course, those blinds were flying up.
Yeah.
I had to get some playtime, which was quite fun. Unfortunately, did not make it to the money or the final table, so bit of a stinker there.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of fun though.
So we do see Kiwi in the stream. Hello.
So yeah, for the freeze out, it is 20-minute blinds. So every 20 minutes, the level increases and blinds go up. And like I said, if you do bust out, there's no re-entries. And later edge closes in about 4.5 hours, as you said. Yeah.
So starting stack is that 30K chip value.
Yeah.
Ciao, guys. It is going to be very actionful today. The freeze out is a very nice format.
Yeah, I must say these freeze outs are some of my favorite tournaments due to the no rebuys and add-ons. It's more just, I'd say, skill leveled, etc.
Yeah.
Can't really just like bust and then rebuy 25 times. So you really need to play your hands carefully and calculated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see how these boys play today. And shout out to John and Aiden, who I'm hoping they do quite well. Hopefully they get the cash. John did cash his first tournament in the other freeze outs. But a lot of good players here, I must say.
We are looking at the feature table.
Yep, and then another thing, guys, that we have later today is the High Roller at 7 o'clock. That is also another tournament to look forward to. I believe that is a 50,000 Rand buy-in tournament.
That's
that
massive.
is, yeah, that is going to be an awesome tournament.
Yeah. Sweet. Oh, hopping straight into the action here. Does look like Will is going to make the call.
Raise? Up to 1-2.
Hello, Kiwi. It's great to have you back here. Ooh, and then we see Emmanuel in the cutoff just flatting Harry Combs' raise. And then Yanni in the small blind does make the call. Well as Will in the big. Oh no, Yanni actually 3-bet from the small blind. And all of them called as the flop comes ace 4 jack it looks like.
Yeah.
So Emmanuel flopping trips here in the cutoff. What a great flop for him. Ooh. No, there's definitely a jack out there. So Emmanuel, there's the queen on the turn. So now Yanni with second pair, Emmanuel with third set. Does just check again on that turn. And here we do see a raise.
4,000.
That's my last hand in my eerste
Call.
Ace jack.
River. All in.
We hear all in.
Looks like it's from Emmanuel.
Not sure.
Maar nog gelukkig kan hulle nie. Hulle kan by die satellite gaan ry.
Are you kidding? They do for hulle.
This is very likely from Emmanuel with his set. Harry doesn't have much. Obviously, he's gonna
Did he really hit it, eh?
hold us here.
Fold.
Wow.
Hey? Such Serious later.
Wow.
Ooh,
Only 3 hands beating you.
Quite sure what happened there,
no,
but
it
it does
looked like,
look like
it looks like the jacks were folded out
Yeah.
actually,
Aces, queens.
and I believe they were ahead.
Oh, it's not anti.
So
No, anti-man.
yeah, that was a huge fold from him.
And you're the one who asked.
Big laydown. Huge laydown.
And that is a huge laydown due to this freeze out format. He knows if he busts out there, he cannot make a rebuy.
30 minutes delay.
So I don't think he thought his third set was best on that board.
Well, you can ask him what he had. You mean you're going to see it in half an hour?
In half an hour, you will see what you can Well played.
I'll watch it on my couch with the trophy later.
Good luck.
100 to call.
Now, let him catch up a bit, but I mean, I could have been
Yeah, you want to slow play otherwise.
Exactly, with the race.
Yeah, still the winner.
100.
Exactly. That's
Once again, guys, those blinds are going up every 20 minutes. It is
Yeah.
quite a quick format.
Call.
Yes, indeed.
Check. Option check. Right.
That raise. He just flattened. You re-raise. And he just
So
flattened.
it does look like Big Blind did check there.
Maybe king 10.
A flop coming
No chance here.
Queen 6-3 Rainbow.
There's no way to
Check
tell,
a bit.
though. I mean,
Check.
No way there. You would have
Check,
reported.
check.
no, what I'm saying, there's no way
Check
to
a bit.
tell.
Check.
You can assume.
Check. Check. 10.
Out comes the 9 of diamonds.
Check a bit.
Let's bring the flush draw out on the turn for the diamonds.
400. 400 to call. Full. 400. Full. Call. Full.
King 10.
River. This will change now.
As the river comes the king of diamonds.
So there is the diamond draw and a king.
1,000.
He's going to bet out
Wanna
here.
reach big, and then you go small, and then you want to go big, and
Thousand
then
to
you
call.
go small.
He's going to make the
Raise.
call. Oh, raises it.
2,500. 2.5 to call. Call.
Not too much.
Two pair.
Right, let's see the cards.
Wow.
Set.
So it does look like
Yeah.
he picked up a set there.
I think he flopped the set of threes, it looks like.
Yeah.
That's the last hand I could hear.
He's going to take down a nice little pot there.
I never even
Smell
think
that
of
one.
that one.
No way you can ever do that one.
That one is the invisible one.
That's it. Unlucky, it's a tough hand.
You can ask me 10,000 hands what he can have there. Threes is the last one.
Floor.
Yo.
Okay, the FX prop.
Floor.
Thank you for clarifying there. I did not see what hand he had. So yeah, that was a good laydown then from the jacks. Indeed.
I thought you need the bottom. Too early.
Hi, Auntie, sorry, I'm on the mystery table now, busy playing. I can't talk now. Send me a message.
You can see this isn't a deep stack tournament
Dodging bullets already.
like the past few ones we experienced.
Yeah.
This is quite short with 30k.
Kaarte kom.
Didn't we have a starting stack of like 10k yesterday for the free roll?
Mm,
It was a starting stack of 10k and they worked. How much did,
I'm not sure
Guppy
if it
have
was
there?
10.
100.
We were on the millions, so
100. Full.
Yeah, it wasn't 10k
Raise.
starting, I
300.
don't think.
Fold.
I think it was around 30.
Fold.
Oh no, it actually might have been 10, yeah.
yeah, I think it is.
But most players did
Flop.
double as soon as they sat down.
Yeah, free roll starting stack was 10k
Yeah.
if you didn't
Yeah.
rebuy.
It kind of induces people to buy that double so that the pot can
500.
go up, which a lot of people did do because that 10k is nothing.
Yeah. See, flop comes 5, 7,
Small
ace, 2 clubs. Yanni is just going to pick up that pot there.
You know, guys, you are allowed to talk. Just say.
Dealer's trying to get the vibes a bit high here on this table.
Yeah.
And then when I become president, I gotta step down because I found this footage 50 years later.
Scarred for life.
You know what I mean? It's on the internet. It's on forever. Eh?
Raise 300. Fold. Fold. 300 to call. Fold. 300.
See Conrad here with the pocket threes. Did raise it up.
300 to call. Call. Right. Flop.
And he does flop a set here. This is the second time we've seen those threes flop the set.
Turn.
And Haricum does have that top pair.
Check. 600. 600 to call.
Conrad getting bet out with these bottom sets.
Call.
Just a call from Harry here.
River.
So the river comes another king.
Oh, wow. So now Haricum with these trips is beating Conrad's set here that he flopped.
1,100.
Now he's in a bit of trouble here.
Makes sense. There's no other hand that makes sense to be involved. So for the raise and everything to double cheaper.
Does this make the call with his
Cards, please.
kings?
Sick.
Yeah, I know.
Set of the raise.
Kings are best. Wait,
Barely one rotation.
was there a flash out there, something I missed?
If I've got bullets and
Oh no, he did fill up with that king.
Oh, he filled up with the king,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
so flippin' tired. Okay, so, yeah, my fault, guys.
Conrad does take down that pot there.
Yeah, that was a actually huge river card for Conrad because it does get Haricum to pay him.
King's full of.
So he did fill up with that king. Haricum improved 2 trips.
I draw a picture for you.
This guy's my fault.
Where's that other card that says roll fly, straight fly,
I'm there.
score of a guy?
That would have been very nice.
You want him to go
100 to call. Fold.
with your 10, 15
Fold.
on turn jack.
Fold.
So yeah, I've been running a little bit stiff.
Now, Will in the
Raise,
cutoff with
300.
his nice little suited connector there.
Fold.
Michael gonna get out the way.
Call. Call. Call.
Call from the small blind. And Emmanuel with queen 9 off here. Also gonna come along.
Flop.
Emmanuel's 9s are dominated. As the flop comes 3, 10, jack, 1 heart, 2
Check.
spades.
Check.
No one really connecting.
Check.
Emmanuel does have that open-ended draw though. Oh, and there it comes on the turn. He does hit his open-ender. And Harry gonna bet out with his top pair here.
Raise.
Right.
1, 2.
1,200.
And he does raise it up to 1,200 with his straights.
Yeah, imagine.
Fold.
Thank you.
I mean, you're fighting
Gonna
your
make the
job,
call here.
yeah. Fighting here, you're aggressive.
You're here, right? I mean, so
River.
you're the aggressor at the moment.
Oh, and there comes a 9. So now Harry comes with 2 pair.
Check.
And Emmanuel does have that straight draw though. Any queen making the straight here.
1,000.
What is Harry going to do about this
1,000
raise? Thinking if he's 2 pair is good here.
Call.
Doesn't make the call.
I didn't like that last card.
We're not going to show him the straight.
Actually, I should have bet more then, huh?
I repeat my fault.
Manuel, it's going to take down a nice little pot there.
Get a little bit of my money back for that crazy hand that we played. It's unlucky that.
That's why this flag. Yeah. I'm putting you on the queen.
Yeah, obviously I'm also a bit.
Putting you on the queen, but not 100%.
Small, big.
Guys, just a reminder to go and follow the socials there on Instagram and Facebook at MGPT. At SunBet Poker Tour on Facebook and Instagram.
Quite a nice hand here.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. The previous hand, when I was in the, under the gun, I folded the queen line. This time I was like, let me protect my off game. So I was like, hey, here we go.
Way behind.
It's also quite scary once, like, I mean, it comes out. Possible for high state already, right?
No, Andy.
No,
Not yet.
King line was a nice hand. I'm surprised you didn't, maybe. But you can't raise there. Too many things beating you.
If I raise there, I have to shove. And you obviously call because you're not folding.
100 to call.
It was even, look, I
Fold.
milked at an extra 1,000, but it's
100.
I put myself at risk there. I put it
100
you
to
go
call.
again.
Raise 300.
Maybe losing to a high
So
straight.
400.
we got a raise from Mark, I believe. Under the gun +2 with his King 10 off. Or with his Ace 4 suited.
The first one we're not talking about.
Make 3 bets to 10 bigs.
1,000 to call.
Want to keep him in suspense.
For half an hour.
Exactly.
Fold.
For the time.
1,000. Yes. Raise, re-raise.
Look at a re-raise from Tim here in the big blind with 9-7 suited. Or was he asking? No, he was asking about the re-raise. Mark gonna make the call.
Call. Fold. Flop. Four.
The flop comes 6-7-5.
So Will now with an open ender here.
Check a bit. Check. 1-5.
He does bet out here.
1,500 to call. Fold.
And we see a fold from Mark. So we're gonna pick up a nice little pot there.
Lines, please. 100.
I'm quite surprised that they started the blind so low. It's actually quite lacquer. Levels is quick, but I mean, they started them off quite small. I mean, it easily could have gone 100 with an ante and start like that.
Big ace.
What's that?
You have a big ace. Gonna be a lekker pot this one.
Hold it 8-4 on this. And
8-4.
8-4, yeah.
2 pairs.
Flop straight.
That's why we're rising.
Alright, 100 to call.
Yanni looking down at pocket aces under the gun. He's gonna raise this up.
Yeah.
500.
Raise.
He raised it up to
500.
5 bigs.
500 to call. Fold.
Interesting
500 to call.
sizing there.
Call.
Gonna get a caller though.
500.
Thought he'd probably scare a lot of people off.
Call.
Wow, but actually we're getting calls all around.
Call.
Timothy also going to make the call.
Interesting with Jack 5 off. As the flop does come 4, 5, Jack, 2 spades.
Timothy must know something that we don't.
Yeah, indeed he does. Now Yanni's pocket aces have been cracked by Jack 5 off.
How much?
Must say that has happened to me before, but it was Jack 3 off. I got lucky in the board paired though. Let's see if the same thing can happen with Yanni as he does bet big here, 1,200. How are you going to come along with his top pair?
Fold.
Tim now with
1,200
top
to call.
2 pair here. Probably going to see a raise from him.
Yeah, definitely a re-raise. That
Does
does make it
indeed.
5.6k to go.
5,600 to call.
Now Yanni with his aces, is he going to think that they have been cracked and he's going to lay down those aces on this flop? Is he going to stay in here?
I don't know if you can lay aces down on that board though.
Yeah, it's a really, really tough lay down.
Yeah.
But he face a
He's going to use his time bank.
3 bet there.
often do we get new ones of these?
You don't get any on final table.
Call.
Do you get a call from him there?
You did 2-day event, you get like second day. Okay, so you gotta look after these things, Yeah.
Harry with just top pairs. He gonna come along.
5,600 to call.
Doesn't make
And
the
then
fold.
on the 20,
Fold.
just zero your hand instead if you haven't thrown
If
it
you
a time
haven't
back.
called,
Yeah,
no,
any
but you've got
4
time banks,
or
then you
ace
have time banks.
Okay,
10.
will help
Once your
Yanni.
time banks are finished, then your hands do it, yeah.
okay.
Comes a 3, so now he does have that that
So like, let's say you
gut shot.
Check
Picks
up.
up some more outs. Any 2, 3, 4 or ace.
Okay.
Just needs that board to pair or the gut shot to make it.
12,000 to call.
Timothy
Fold.
applying that pressure. And Yanni does make the laydown here.
Nice.
Small blind.
It's hard to lay down those aces, but when you're trying to protect your tournament life here in these freeze-out tournaments,
So that flash
100,
actually...
does
Yeah,
make
no,
it
flash
hard.
actually cost me, I knew it.
Yeah.
100, 100.
But I must take it down because I don't know if you've got a spade. I never had a spade.
Small.
I think maybe that's why Yanni did opt for a bigger raise size. I think he was trying to
I thought he was going to put me on
get as little callers as possible, and
To a spade, so it came
I think he was looking to
spade.
target their top of their range.
No, I said, yeah, don't put a spade, don't put a spade because I'm going to chase him away.
That's a very nice spot.
I originally put him on the
Lucky you had two red aces.
100 to call. Fold.
Holds
Well,
around
with
two.
pocket nines, just gonna limp in.
Okay, cool.
Fold.
originally put you on a 2-pair.
Is it up to 600?
Originally put you on a 2-pair.
Raise
When
600.
the flash came over,
There we see a raise from Emmanuel now on the cutoff.
but beating me.
I told myself, the flash must not come.
Fold.
Come, you're going to put me on a flash with all the...
Fold. 600 to call.
Yanni with ace 5 suited as well. In the big blind. He's gonna come along.
Call.
Now Yanni and Emmanuel completely blocking each other there. Well, of course, making the call as well. As well as Harry.
Right, players in the GK Freeze, your blinds are 100, 100, now with a 180, 1, 1 and 1.
Lines up after this end. Flop.
Comes 2-6-4, the flop does. So Will's pocket nines, that overpair is still good at the moment on this board.
800?
However, Harry does have that flush draw.
800 to call. Fold.
Oh, sorry, but Emmanuel also with the nut flush draw actually.
Raise. 2,100.
As well as a gut shot. So he's in good shape on this
Call.
board.
Call.
Both of them do make the call.
10.
Out comes the
Ooh,
3.
so there, the gut shot does make it for Emmanuel.
Check a bit. Check.
4 cards to a straight out there. We're going to be a bit worried about that as well as Harry.
6,000.
Emmanuel going to bet out. As any 5 does make that
6,000 to call.
straight. Is Will going to stay in here?
You raise pre-flop when you fire in net flop. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm a little bit confused what he may have.
How do I do it?
Ace 5 suited is a raise though pre-flop.
Pocket five. Yeah, fold.
Fold. One bank, please. And the cards.
Harry here with his second flush draw. Emmanuel does have the nut flush draw as well as the straight out there already. Harry going to come along and look for one more diamond. Oh. Looks like he is.
Call. River.
If we do see a diamond here, yes. Okay, no diamond. Another 4.
Check.
As it goes,
Check.
check, check. And Emmanuel is going to show his straight there.
Bring the diamond back. Fucking hell.
Yeah, the betting seems strange, but now that you see my cards, like it does make a bit of sense.
Pocket down. And the calling seems strange as well.
I do say what that.
Right, lines are up. 100, 100 with the 100 anti. Anti-sign in play now.
As we do here, blinds are going up.
There's an
It's
anti-play.
100, 100, 100.
Next time you go all in, I'm like, yeah, I've got you now. Come.
Reminder, these blinds are going up every 20 minutes.
Then you pocket threes there, then you had to poke.
I know that's what I was just scared of. I was like, don't pay the board.
I
bro,
saw
come
you
on.
check this. You check your straight because the board paid.
The
You know
board
that
paid,
pocket
I
three.
know.
And the three is lying there.
Exactly that.
Rather safe than sorry, bro. You run into a...
Yeah, exactly.
Look, if he re-raised that, I was going to be in the tank for a while. Too think about it.
100 to call, fold. 100 to call, fold,
Time back, time back.
fold. 100 to call.
Holding all the way around to Emmanuel in the hijack with his 4-3 suited. Can raise it up
300,
to 3 bigs.
300 to call. Fold.
Conrad here on the button with ace queen. He's going to 3-bet it up here.
800. 800 to call. Fold. Fold. Call.
Emmanuel is going to come along for the ride.
Flop.
So the flop comes king, ace, two clubs.
Wow, yeah. That is a great flop for Conrad with that
Check.
top pair. But Emmanuel did flop the wheel draw here, looking for any 5, and he does make a straight.
100 to call.
He's going to fold that out though.
Fold.
Doesn't want to bet on those only 5s as an out.
Right, 100 with 100 NC.
Okay, good.
Make a little move there, got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the straight, okay.
Hundred to call. Fold. 100 call.
You play at Times Square earlier the year.
Fold.
As Harry is just going to limp in there under the gun +1 with his 8-7 suited.
I'm just saying
Call.
this year.
Just we do see this room filling up now a little bit with this freeze out.
Yeah, we've
Some
got
more
about
tables.
3 tables going.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, 4 including the feature.
yeah.
Nice to see.
I say like, I don't want to go. Chop says aren't bad.
So everyone did just limp in there. We're going 4 ways to a flop. Comes Jack, Queen, 6, 2 hearts.
Check.
So Will's ace high is still good on this board at the moment.
Check.
This one is dark and
It's donker, yeah.
Out comes another Queen.
Playing there.
Check.
Feels
Check.
a bit like gloomy as well.
Check. Check.
Yeah, you'll think actually that stuff.
As it does just check around the table.
And
Here comes
another board
Jack.
pair.
Check.
Probably going to check all the way back down again.
Check.
Unless someone
Check, check.
decides to take a stab and
all
try
the
to
way.
steal this pot.
Will
Will's
is
ace
gonna
high is
pick
going
it
to
up.
be good. Tiny pot.
Ace high.
3 bigs. As we did just have limps, and then Will obviously just checking his big.
Great swap for ace seven.
Not from bad to worse. Something going, yeah.
traveling a lot, yeah.
But guys,
My
it's
first
like
day
going,
back,
yeah.
I missed the other ones. I saw there was some good ones. I watched a bit of the stream.
Right, 100 to call.
So Harry Combe looking down. Jack
Fold.
5 off on the under the gun is going to fold.
Fold. Call.
300?
So Timothy is just going to limp in there with
Raise
his
to
9-8
300.
off. 9-8
Conrad.
suited.
Yep, does raise it from the hijack with his queen 8 suited. Yannick
Fold.
going to just call with his ace 10
Call,
off.
fold. Fold.
Michael in the big blind going to defend it. Timothy with his 9-8 suited. What is he going to do?
300 to call. Call.
Going to
Flop.
call, so we have 4 ways to a flop.
As the flop comes Jack 5 8 2 clubs. Conrad
Check
is
a
going to
bit.
pick up.
Check.
Yeah, little
Check.
pair there.
Check. Check.
So is Conrad.
10.
Checks all the way around. Turn comes a 10 of hearts.
So now Tim with that open
Check a bit.
ender.
1,000?
How much?
1,000.
1,000.
And yeah, Michael with
1,000 to call.
second pair out there is going to bet. But Yanni does have second pair with that ace kicker though.
Call. 1,000. Fold.
Call from Timothy with his open ender. He's being slightly blocked by Conrad,
River.
who does call. Did we see Yanni fold out ace 10? Yanni did fold his ace 10 to that bet.
Check
As
a
the
bit.
river comes an ace, he would have had a pair of 10s and aces. So unfortunate
Check.
for him to fold there to that
Check a
bet. I would have liked to see him come along there,
Yeah,
definitely.
no.
Now Michael has taken this with his pair of
4,600.
10s. Timothy going to try and bluff at it though.
4,600 to call. Fold. 4-6 to call. Fold.
And it does fold around, so Tim going to pick up that pot with a nice bluff there on the river.
Move the button, please.
You face your jack 5, you face your bluffs, you face...
I love it.
Him.
I like showing it
Nice
off.
end.
It was well played.
Absolutely, yeah.
What is that? Just like a little bit over pot, eh?
Yeah, it was a nice play.
Yeah. No, I'm saying the pot wasn't what?
3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 1,200, 5,200. Yeah, 5,200 profit.
Yeah, but what was the pot
Small
before
blind.
you bet in the 4? You bet just over the pot, eh? With a 4.
No, under the pot. Because it was 1,000, 1,000, 1,000,
really?
1,000, plus
You
300,
go
300,
4,000.
300,
4,000 before you bet.
The pot was 5G.
That's pretty much
100
what
to
pot.
call.
See, Manuel looking down at 5-3 suited under the gun. He's
Fold.
going to fold it out.
Netjies gedoen.
100 to call. Fold.
300?
Kan hy
Raise
like
to
a
300.
Conrad with those pocket 10s under the gun plus 2 is going to raise it up here.
Call.
3 bigs.
Call. Call.
justification.
300 to call. Fold. 300. Fold.
In my head, I did apologize before.
So it does look like we're going 4 ways to a flop here.
Ek ken hierdie ou, hy vat mense se adres.
Right.
Conrad is ahead with his pocket 10s, but Yanni does have one of his
Alright, goodbye, man.
10s, so very unlikely to see him flop a set here as it comes 5-2-6. So Will now with the middle pair. Conrad with that overpair is still that is an amazing flop for Conrad, I must say,
900.
as he is going to bet out pretty large here.
Fold. 900 to call.
Likely going to fold all the way around to Will,
Hulle al vir link gestuur raak.
Fold.
Okay.
who's also going to make the fold. So Conrad just going to take that
Move the button,
bit of a
please.
pot there down with his overpair. Nice little pickup for him.
Nee, ek gaan ouens vra om te spin. Jy vra 10 ouens om te spin, dan betaal jy 5,000 en spin hulle. Vir 'n seat. Ja, is nie bad nie, maar jy weet jy jou kans is groter om te
Fold. Fold.
is
Fold.
klein,
Fold.
is
Fold.
groter om te
Fold.
wen om te spin. Ja, ja.
Then to actually play the
But I
satellite.
just showed him the schedule for tonight.
You're so tired after that satellite. Then you have
Bottom
to
line
play
is
against the
Yeah,
top
yeah,
players.
I forget, sorry.
Nee, jy kry 10 ouens, almal gooi 5.
Ja, dit is 'n flip vir die main event seat.
Timothy looking down at 9-5 suited under the gun.
Seat 7, man. Like
Yeah,
in my head,
yeah.
I was between 7 and 10.
Fold.
I chose 10
Does
and I
fold out of
You
there.
had an option between
Fold.
you had an
100
option.
to call.
One pocket queens for Yanni.
He's like, no, you can't change.
That is one of my favorite
Seat 7 1.
pocket
Raise
pairs
to
to look
400.
down at.
400
But
to
anyways,
call.
luckily I
Call.
went on to win that satellite. So
Fold. 400 to call. Fold.
As well, he's going to come along for the ride here with his king-queen off.
Yeah. He's completely dominated, just looking for a king.
it's just me left, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, I will. Cool.
Now Emmanuel actually calling in the big blind with his
Take the 100.
Jack 2 off.
Thank you.
Me and John and I were saying about how that is like
Flop.
the worst hand you can look down at, arguably.
1B now.
Like you couldn't,
But two
like, even if the flop was free, I'd fold out that hand, he was
Yeah.
saying. Which I do agree with.
Check a bit.
And Yanni, wow, Will does connect with his top pair there. Will finding that king. So now Yanni's queen's no longer good. Is he going to bet out here? He does. He might find himself in a bit of trouble.
Raise to 1.5.
Wow, and we do see a snap raise from Will.
1,500 to call.
What is Yanni going to do with his queens?
Playing like this deeper stack main event with the 100,000. You bet that they've doubled the.
Call.
Does call. He's literally just got one out here.
So now they made it 100, so it's a lot deeper.
As Will does have one of his queens. Comes a 3 of clubs, so no help there.
Check.
Yeah, but it just feels.
Check of it.
Because it's not as much pressure like in the first.
Will putting a ton of pressure on Yanni, and Yanni going to fold it out there with
Wow,
the king on the board.
really good folds here from Yanni. Picking up aces,
Yeah.
folding those down, picking up queens, also folding those out.
Kind of just have to fold on that board.
Yeah.
I mean, Will was really representing a king without any hesitation. I mean, got to lay down those queens there.
100. Sorry, 20 minutes blind. Yes.
And van jou queens forward. Yeah. So it was a double 100. One, level 1 and 2 is 100.
100, no anti. Now it's the anti.
I was going to re-raise him, but he's raising it again.
So the next level will be 100, 200.
With the end.
With the anti.
Why did you come with your brother here?
Who?
You.
She. Yeah?
Huh?
Guys, just a reminder, if you would like more information on what's going on down here at the SunBet Poker Tour here at Carnival City, do head on down to their website at sunbetpokertour.co.za.
100 to call. Fold. 100 to call. Fold.
Raise.
Raise. 400.
Nothing about this.
You guys don't learn when you raise my blinds.
400 to call.
And I'm going to find it.
Fold. Call. Right. Flop. Check. Check of it.
The flop comes 5, 3, jack, 2 clubs.
Call.
Typically, he does have little bottom pair there, and he's going to snap call.
Yeah.
Here comes a 4, so now Timothy with that open ender.
Lay down there. Fuck me. Champion lay down.
But Michael does pick up that flush draw with that club being out there.
But also now in hindsight, I think
Timothy going to represent it though with a huge raise. Michael does make the call here, looking for any club.
River.
Does have an open ender as well. This comes a 10, no help. So Timothy's 3 is best here. Might be able to get Timothy off with this pot if he can find a re-raise.
1,000 to call.
Raise. 300.
Raise to 3,000.
As he does find Timothy raising up to 1,000, and Michael does re-raise him. Now is Timothy going to think his bottom pair is good? Oh no, or was it the other way? Oh, so I think maybe no. So yeah, Michael did make the re-raise there, and then Timothy folded. So Michael going to pick up that pot there.
Now I'm putting you on jacks.
100.
yeah, that's so hidden. And I checked it as well after I eat the set.
And with the queen straight, I was chasing a flush thing.
As well, yeah.
So the diamond pops up there, you're losing.
I went to go that one is rubbing and playing and playing.
I guess I'm glad.
I told you the only hand there that made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. The play that he played, absolutely. Yeah.
Only hand.
What do you thinking about my sitting
Yeah,
What is this? Hey. What is this?
Ziani does look down at 8-2 off under the gun.
I should have actually
100 to
taken
call.
it.
Let's just fold.
Only hit back now.
And we're actually going to raise it up from under the gun +2 with 5-4 off here.
300 to call.
So that's actually quite a cool raise.
small blind is alle, jy moet nie reis op die small blind.
Call.
Any button.
Dis dieselfde. Nee, die button kan jy vat.
Call.
Button pla my nie baie. Maar my blinds cover. Give me a real one.
Okay. So,
So you're going 3 ways to a flop with some horrible hands here. Timothy probably with the best with that 7-6 suited. However, Conrad does now make bottom pair.
Check a bit. Check. Check.
900.
900.
As Will is going to carry on representing that king,
900.
as
to
he
call.
was our pre-flop raiser. Now is Conrad going to come along with his bottom pair here? He does fold it out. So, and very nice pickup from Will. I do actually really like that play. Showing he is not scared at all here in the freeze out, raising up
just
to
knew.
5-4 and representing that king.
What's wrong with you?
Don't come with racist shit to me, ne?
Vampire State.
This casino is always like any casino, ne? Why? Always
I think it
5
reflects-
blacks to 1 white.
I think it reflects your mannerism.
Yeah. Yo.
Am I right there enough? It reflects his mannerism.
No comment.
Safe.
I still need this job.
Oh, no.
One of your better choices in life.
100 to call.
Raise 400.
Raise.
It's Michael.
Yeah.
400.
It's going to raise up to 400, yeah.
400 to call.
Timothy looking down at pocket twos on the button. Does make the call. Maybe going for a little set mine, yeah.
I must say I hate those darks, the pocket twos. And if you don't find a set, you're practically dead no matter
Yeah.
what.
Karel, bietjie brandewyn. Okay.
So we do hear the Brunnerveins already coming out.
Flop.
Whoa, and there it is. Flop comes queen 2-9. So Conrad here with middle pair, Michael with top pair, and Timothy with bottom set.
5.5.
How much?
5.5.
Do you get a bet out from Michael with his top pair? Tim, really glad to find that two on the flop probably.
Told you he was going for a little set mine.
Was indeed.
Yes, that's what.
Winding
that's
session.
you confirmed.
wanted to go-
5.5 is the bet.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's got to stand, right?
Yep.
Sorry.
The bet stands.
Sorry, I
5,500.
miscalled the bet. I apologize.
Now what is Tim going to do with his bottom sets here? Really don't see him folding this out. Is he going to call or re-raise?
Call.
Does make the call.
5,500 to call.
Pardon?
Just because he said he made a mistake.
Conrad folding out that middle pair.
Could also be in there.
Out comes the king of diamonds. So now Michael picking up that
That's the first thing
flush
that pops-
and straight
that's the
draw.
first thing that pops into my angle.
Check a bet.
There's a bit of a gut shot with that flush draw.
4.
Gonna raise it up here. 4. Timothy gonna
Hold it.
raise all in here with his set of twos. Is Michael gonna make the call with his straight and flush draw? Does have a combo draw here.
I just moved your step to you.
Not allowed to touch another man's chips.
It's not so. No, fold.
Does make the fold.
Timothy is going to take it down there with his pocket twos.
Yep, quite a nice pot Timothy's gonna take.
We went all in, so
Oh, then,
it's like
yes.
that's.
But I'm just saying you're not allowed to touch another man's chips.
I honestly don't know what the fuck you flagged. But you can do it. Get lucky.
Right, blinds are up. 100, 200, 200 on the big blind 90.
It's opening for him to jam.
Silly,
But
man.
the board is
Do you hear the level has increased once again? These blinds are gonna be going up very, very fast here. Yep, Rian. Guppy did take that free roll trophy last night. It was great to see.
Rather reserve my comments.
Am I correct? It wasn't disrespectful, right?
It is what it is. What's wrong?
Can I
I
flex?
can actually take all of it because he would have bet again. If he bets again, he must go all in.
Sweet.
What's that?
Do you see Timothy starting to make a lead here
If he just
Chip
flatters
bleeding.
another card and you bet and he raises, then you have to
on
go
this feature table?
Fold.
We are still very early into this freeze out tournament. Michael looking down at 10-9 suited under gun +1.
Apologies. But you learn, you know,
200
first
to call.
time.
Fold.
Let's just fold around.
200 to call. Fold. 200 to call. Raise. 600. Call.
Do you see a raise from Tim in the
Call.
cutoff with his Jack
Call.
10 off? Call from Conrad with that shooter connector.
Flop.
Now, Mark does defend his big with Queen 9 off here. Flop comes King 3-2.
2 clubs.
Yep, indeed. No one really connecting here though.
Check.
Pocket twos. I had a set on
Check
the
or bet.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, fair play, Jaws. I
Check.
Queen Jack suited.
That was, the board was getting straight in,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
flashy, that's why I said
1,200.
take it down now. That's why I just had
I'm gonna see a bet out from Conrad with absolutely nothing out there. So I'm gonna come along with his Jack high. It was the pre-flop raiser.
Only the two of us.
Yep.
1,200.
And
Yes, 1, 2.
If I want to, ne?
Of course.
doesn't make the fold here. Is Conrad gonna pick up a nice pot there with his bluff?
Yeah, 10-2 or something.
Getting down,
Nice little pickup there for Conrad.
There's still another card. You can make your...
Yeah, sorry, Rian. We were also keen to carry on like doing the stream,
Yeah.
and then just went down. So very
Yeah,
unfortunate.
we lost the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Sorry
but
about
it's-
that.
It was a good free roll. It really was a good free roll. Nice to see Guppy taking it home. So we do pan around to some other tables here. Seeing Tanith there. She was in the free roll yesterday. Nadira as well. There's Vigandis, who we saw in the opener in Mega Mall.
There's no 50.
Some really good players out here, guys.
That's the moment you realize you fucked up.
200 to call.
That's the moment you realize you fucked up.
Fold. Fold.
The moment you realize I fucked up.
200 to call.
800.
Raise.
Holding
800.
all the way around to Tim. He does make the
Fold.
raise here
Fold.
with his King 10
Fold. 800 to
suited.
call.
Guys, it wasn't Emmanuel who raised, it was Tim with the King 10.
Fold.
He's going to fold all the way around, so Tim's just going to pick up those blinds.
But just for a second, imagine what's the angle shoot.
Well, your game's going to set me up.
Bye-bye, Timmy.
100, 200.
Tim's out, bro. Gone. I'll see it. Ja, dit sal 'n bommer wees. Ek wil die dit is ook out, bro.
Volgende week Tanzania toe.
Ja, okay.
So we are just getting dealt in here. SunBet Poker Tour hosted at Carnival City. Guys, do make your way down here. We
Yeah.
do have some really cool events.
Still a lot of poker to be played, and this beautiful venue here at Carnival City, I must say.
Tomorrow we have that high roller at 11 o'clock.
So there's the
And
continuation.
then-
As Emmanuel looking down at pocket aces under the gun +1 here. Oh, and Tim with pocket queens, and he re-raises it.
3,600 to call.
Wow, and we did see pocket 10s fold out. Didn't want to get involved there. Folding all the way around to Michael, who's also going to snap fold. Now Emmanuel with his pocket aces. He's going to 4-bet here, or is he just going to call and maybe try slow play them a little bit?
What was the race to? 3-6.
1, 2, and
3,600.
then I made it 3-6.
12.
That's
Raise
4-bet
up
it.
to- Yep, 4-bet to 12,000 here.
12,000.
Now what does Tim do with his pocket queens?
Why? You think I'm fucking you around here?
Yeah, maybe. Thought you've been playing super aggressive. Difficult one.
I've got a monster here. You'll show me if I fall.
Yeah, sure. Is it, huh? Queens.
As we do see, Manuel putting
Pops it
some
straight on him.
Yeah. Does show Tim there.
Move the button, please.
As we do see Queens folding out there.
Yep, great fold from Tim there. Really tough one. At best, he was going into a flip though with that 4-bet.
If the queen didn't come, you make more money.
Tim with a pretty large stack in front of him now, this early in the freeze out.
It's a big raise, bro.
It's up to 51,000. Starting stack was just
If you just
30,000.
double raise me, maybe I would obviously calling.
Change, please.
If you just flattered him, then I could have seen a flop.
Yeah, which we didn't want. I don't want two oaks to an ace.
No, your aces you don't want.
One oak is fine.
John, unfortunate that you can't be here. But
Nine,
anyone
four,
else?
but 12 is-
Yeah, definitely head on down. I mean, like you said, it's just awesome.
It's half of your stack you almost put in there. So that means everything is going.
Yeah, about a
you,
third. But yeah, well, that's sort of the idea. I mean, if I dodge all pictures, I'm chipping.
Drew, then you would have made money if I think you just flattened me there.
Yeah, no, you're what you're saying. I think I played it a bit
Too hard.
too rough.
But you never know.
But you seem quite strong, and I know you like to see
And I'm
flops.
eating. I'm eating.
Yeah, so I thought you definitely call that.
Flop. Fold.
You know what? Aces win.
All the way around here
You made money.
to the button of Will with Jack 7 off. Is he going to raise it up
What
here?
happens if you had kings there, bro? Same fault.
How much?
Would you feel a little bit better?
Raise to 500.
Does raise it to 500 on the button.
Is it? Yeah, that's what I was like. If you do have kings, you're calling. Like queens, maybe like the tough later.
We see Harry coming along with his King 7 suited, so absolutely dominating war here.
Not an easy later.
Man, I wish we could wrap it on just to see like.
Flop comes Jack 6-7, so we're flopping 2 pair here.
Check a bit.
2 clubs out there, neither player with a club in their hand though.
Thousand.
1,000.
Oh, does bet out here.
1,000 to call. Call.
As Harry is going to make the call.
Check. $1,600. 1,600 to call.
Comes the 4 of hearts. Will is going to bet out again with his 2 pair. What does Harry have to do?
Call.
Does make the call.
River.
Harry did hit that 7 on the flop, of course, so that's probably why he's staying. And there's an ace.
Like you said,
Another club out there. No one with clubs though.
Check.
Didn't like the turn card. Check. I didn't like
Check,
the
check.
rubber.
Let's go check,
Let's see the
check.
cards.
And Will is going to show him his 2 pair. Should be good.
That is best on this board. Fortunate for Harry, but a nice pot for Will there.
Check.
Played that quite well.
Wasn't a great river for me.
So Will is going to pick up 3.4k.
Move the button, please. Lines are 100, 200, 200 big blind and T.
So we see Jean-Pierre asking in the chat, when is the next event and where?
7 on the
The
river.
next event is the High Roller at 7 o'clock today, and that is a 1 million guarantee. Then tomorrow we have the High Roller as well, and on Thursday we do have the Monster Stack main event 1B, so do look out for that.
Thinking maybe 7, possibly Jack.
200 to call.
Not Jack 7.
Conrad looking down at ace, queen of diamonds here under the gun +1. Gonna raise it up, of course. It's a really nice hand to look down at.
700 to call. Fold, fold.
Oh,
Fold. Call.
He's doubtful.
Do get a call from the big blind of Emmanuel with Jack 5 off here.
Flop.
As the flop comes 10, 7, 6, 2 diamonds.
Yep, so Conrad does flop that nut flush draw and nothing much for Emmanuel at all.
Emmanuel does check it to Conrad.
1,200. What do you need, sir?
Does bet out.
Yep. Emmanuel likely not going to stay around here.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Let's raise it up
Do you
here.
see a re-raise from him? Do like to see that.
500 to go.
Unfortunately, he is running into ace queen of diamonds with a nut flush draw.
3,500.
It's going to be really tough to get Conrad off here. I'd love to see a 4-bet here from Conrad. Does just call though.
10.
His turn comes a 5. So now Emmanuel actually ahead with his pair of 5s. His best at the moment.
Conrad is looking for any ace, queen, diamond.
Americana. Just say black coffee.
Check.
As long as it's not re-coffee, I'm happy.
So the flop comes an ace. Conrad is going to pick up top pair
It just sits there.
on the river.
That is a great river card for Conrad.
River rat.
Event meaning after Carnival City. What is the next event after Carnival City?
It is Sun City.
Sun City.
Definitely looking forward to that
yeah,
one.
yeah. Sun City is going to be really, really cool.
Blinds, please. 100, 200. 200 in the big blind and T.
Thank you very much.
You're fine.
But I'm sure he went 8-3 flop.
Yeah, absolutely.
100.
I didn't even see this water here behind me. Thank you very much. Thank you.
10 queen.
No, yeah, making a move, but then I hit on the turn.
That is on from the 20th of August to the 31st of
Running straight
August.
on, then I hit the pair. So I thought you were playing over, so I thought, let me take a stab at it. But I mean, your ace queen, the diamond, you're not going anywhere. So just not
You bet again on the turn. Depends how much.
Yeah, I think if I make anything less than 5, you're calling it. Then the pot becomes so big, and then just making it.
Ooh, is Conrad looking down at ace queen suited once again here? Under the gun.
Raise.
Does raise it up.
You gotta mix up the game and try and catch those ones, play those ones.
700 to call. Yes. Call. Fold.
Call from the pocket 5s, the jack 10 off. And is
Call.
Harry going to make the call with his ace 6 off? He does
100
indeed.
to call. Fold. Fold.
Can I go to the
Big
bottom?
blind. 700 to call.
Can I go to the bottom?
Call.
So we
Flop.
are hitting 4 ways to a flop here. As the flop comes king, queen, 5, rainbow.
Check.
Yep. So Conrad does pick up that middle pair there. But Mark does flop that set, actually.
1,200.
Michael also has a gut shot here. A straight.
Open ender.
Or an open ender.
Yep, he does.
Dish up. Alright.
So Conrad is going to bet out there with his middle pair.
1,000 to 3,000 raise. Call. 3,000 to call.
So we did see
Call.
Tim betting out there.
Call.
So everyone makes
10.
the call. Out comes the 9 of diamonds.
Yep, so there is a straight for Michael now. So open ender did hit. So Mark gonna raise it up with his
6,000.
bottom set once again. And now Michael
6,000
with
to
his straight. He's gonna love to see that raise.
Maybe looking to re-raise here.
Maybe
All in.
Chips
oh,
all
he
in.
does indeed.
16,000.
And Mark put in a tough spot here.
2,200. All in.
As we did say, guys, there are no rebuys, so once you get out, you cannot come back into this tournament. It is a freeze out. Mark
10 more.
looking for...
Yeah, cool.
And he does make the call here, actually.
Chips.
Does have a set. I mean, that is so tough.
He's behind.
200 more. No, it's fine. Yeah.
Behind.
All in and a call, ne?
And he's going to get the bad news here that he has run into that straight.
Cuts, please.
He's looking for a 9, a king, a queen, or another 5.
Yep. Just needs that board to pair. And he would have a boat. So he's not dead yet. Will he find it though?
Sharp tapelo. River.
To the river comes the 8 of spades.
Yep.
Michael
So
is going to hold.
No help. Michael going to find a really, really nice double up there, which he really needed.
Yeah.
It's quite short.
Right up there.
This moment of silence there, I thought, fuck, is it me? I was waiting for the exit. Still very embarrassed about it. Yeah, I'm still thinking about that bad bet, you know? Like, yeah.
Set of jacks lost, set of fives lost.
I'm like, yeah.
Sets aren't doing great, yeah.
The other way.
But the sets are coming.
Yeah.
Every second set hand is a set.
I think, yeah, I don't think anyone
On the floor.
wants hit their sets.
There's at least we're hitting a set every rotation. Minimum.
Yeah, at least we got 2
Yeah.
sets per
But
rotation.
yeah. It's scary.
I usually barely see
200
that.
Yeah.
Ooh, as Yanni picking up pocket queens here under the gun.
Raise
He's
to
really
eight.
finding some
Double.
nice cards here, I
Fold.
must say, Yanni.
Fold.
A
800
lot
to
of
call.
premiums he's picking up.
Call.
Michael going to make the call with his queen jack off. He's completely
Fold.
dominated here.
Fold. 800 to call.
Can't crack his aces twice. That wouldn't be nice of me. Definitely not do that.
Fold. Fold.
You have queens up against queen jack.
Nice hand. Oh, sorry. There's a caller. Sorry.
Right. Flop.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have a nice hand.
Yeah.
He's up to a flop coming 3-2 jack. So now Michael does make top pair here, but Yanni with that overpair. Way ahead.
Check up it.
Does have one of the hearts here.
1,500. 1,500 to call.
Does indeed, but you need runner.
I reckon. Tell me that.
10.
Here comes the 5. No help there for Michael.
3,000. 3,000 to call. Lights up next turn.
Definitely. So I knew like it.
Call.
He's got a monster.
He's going to make the call.
River.
The river comes the 3 of diamonds. Yanni's queens are going to be good. Really nice board actually to see.
Yep,
Call.
is
Cuts,
indeed.
please.
Queens, I told you.
I told you he's got
Yanni picking up some absolute premiums.
Oh, that board,
near the table.
it does call for queens there.
That's what do you mean, Mr. Carter? Do you still know what hand is the nuts? The nuts on what board?
You are the people on 300, 300.
Not sure what you're talking about there.
Oh, he's talking about his jack 8. He's talking about his jack 8.
There we go.
Yeah. That's Mr. Jack 8 over there.
There was a jack 5 again on that floor. Didn't you get days of
I did think you were referring to like the nuts on the board, which is like unbeatable. For example, like ace high flushes, straight flushes. So anything that's just unbeatable. It's
On the
absolute
board,
nuts.
yeah.
But yeah, like you're saying, the jack 8 is the nuts.
And I knew he's got a monster there.
300 to call.
Funny, man. Great
Fold.
call.
300 to call.
No, with pleasure. You had ace jack. Nah, 600.
Raise to 600. 600 to call.
Call.
Call. 600.
I'm gonna raise it up. 2-2.
As Emmanuel is going to
200.
3-bet here for 2.2k with his ace king off in the cutoff.
2,200 to call. Fold. Fold. 2-2 to call. Call.
Fold.
Fold. Oh, okay.
As it is going to fold all the way out there, Emmanuel is just going to pick up a little bit from his ace king there.
Fold.
Ace queen, ace king.
Now I was afraid of the flush. Maybe you calling for the flush. And when they paired up, I'm thinking if you got a 3, then you got it.
Yeah, sure.
For you.
200, eh?
Guys, just a reminder to like and subscribe.
Can I
Tommy?
focus that?
Really does help the stream.
Big blind, eh?
Do appreciate you guys watching.
I don't know.
Mark. You big blind.
Right, can I have the big blind, please? Change. Anyone?
Thanks.
Change again, because I need my answer.
Decisive saying, no, Jack 8 is always the nuts no matter what.
Can I have
Yeah.
change? Fold. Fold. 300. 300. Fold. 300.
Oh man, you're waking up with pocket jacks here in the hijack.
How much? 900.
800.
800.
800.
Just because you said no, I was like, I'm not going to make it. 900. Fuck yeah.
Come.
Come. Jack 5 me, come.
800 to
No,
call.
I was raising. I've got a
Fold.
decent name.
Fold.
Yeah, let's play like gentlemen, eh?
Sharp. I like it. Not 3,000, 12,000.
Okay, yeah.
So once again, wow, and there comes the 10. So
But discipline fold.
Manuel does have that pair of jacks though, beating Sim's 10s here.
600.
He does check it, and Timothy gonna bet, he's gonna snap call, I believe.
Yeah, you're not dead.
He did indeed.
Still got a chance.
I've got outs, bro.
10.
And you say gentleman. I'm not going to let you get there.
Check.
2.5.
2,500. 2,500 to call.
You hit the queen, bro. I can't call.
Fold.
Putting on the queen, man.
You were in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't put.
Should we get
I
a
knew you never hit the queen, but I didn't put
fold from the jacks there, I think?
Yeah, but why so
Jack
small?
will die.
Range, free flop.
Eh? Because there were only 3 of us.
Blinds,
I was kind of
please.
trying to set mine, just build a little bit. I didn't want to go big
200,
again.
300.
I'm playing
I
like,
put you on an ace something, but not.
you know, if I'm raising
Maybe
like
ace
2,000
jack.
pre-flop, it's every time with gate pockets. So that's why I'm trying to like mix up the
Mix up
betting
your
range.
Yeah, 800 was a bit weak. But if you made it more, I would have folded it.
That's 3x. Just shy of 3x. 2.8x.
Okay. I never put you on that end.
That was a good bet there on the turn. The 2.5 was pricey. I can't play in the queen there. Especially because you said you have a nice
No, I
hand.
hit, and I knew it because the 10 you would have hit. You wouldn't check the queen there. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said you're behind. I thought you never hit. I never put you on pocket jack.
Problem is, like, if the river comes diamond or like king or 9, then I don't know whether
No,
I
you-
does that.
no,
You know
you
what I mean? Unless I go on Euro call and then you also
300
miss.
to call.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
Harrycombe looking down at ace 9 suited under the gun +1. It's just gonna call.
300. Call.
Tim also just calling.
Fold.
Goes limp. Now marking the small with king 8 off.
There's an overcard to your pair, and there's a straight
Yeah,
draw
300
flush draw.
to sir.
Check.
Check.
Does call and will checking his option.
never put you on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
You just
Especially
put
I
over
got
the
a jack
bigger.
in my hand.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew you never hit a
Flop.
So
Just imagine this. Turn comes Jack, bro. You need Jack there. Frack.
The flops comes 4, queen, 7,
TD.
rainbow.
Nothing really out there for any of them.
Check.
Harry's ace high is good at the moment.
Check.
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 As it does just check around the board, yeah. Turn comes another queen. Still no one picking up anything.
Check. Check.
So I'm going to play my ace high.
Are we? Okay, we're back.
So Harry does pick up a 9 there on the